Hey guys, it's Kade. Just jumping on here. So this week is a free topic week. I really don't have a lot to say, but I thought I'd jump on here and say a couple things. First of all, I really need a haircut. I'm going on Sunday to the barber, which is also affirming as heck. So I'm really excited about that. But it's a free topic, so nothing to come out and say directly, which kind of is hard if you think about it. I always personally think it's easier when we have a topic because then I can think about what I'm going to say and say it. Whereas today, I've kind of been thinking all day about what I was going to say and I still don't know. So just thought I would jump on here and say a couple things like hi and hello. Um, and then just get on here. Maybe talk a little about myself, maybe talk a little about where I'm at in life, things like that. Um, First thing that I wanted to bring up is just something I've been struggling with lately, and that's just been my anxiety. So I've had anxiety and depression on and off for my entire adult life, and also I'm going to talk about mental health. So if this is something that triggers you, you might not want to watch this. Just going to talk about like real world mental health issues. So if you're suffering with that and don't want to watch a video about it, then click off. Or if you get anxious or have issues when you hear other people talk about it, I would click off too. Um, I just want to talk and share my perspective on that. So I've been struggling with that basically my whole life. But it actually has gotten tremendously better since starting T. I don't know if it's just because I feel more at peace with myself and I'm not struggling as much with like my identity, so I haven't had as many struggles with that. Um, but I definitely know that a lot of my anxiety is situational. So before I transitioned, I definitely had issues. Um, and I haven't had as many, knock on wood, since starting T like 6 months ago. So um, yeah, but then I noticed I was sick. I had the flu, and last week, and I missed a couple days of work. I missed like 3 days of work, and it kind of just threw off my whole head game. Because I wasn't in my normal routine, I wasn't doing my normal things, I was sleeping a lot. It threw off my equilibrium, and I was having anxiety at night to where I couldn't sleep. I was also taking cough medicine, and I think that messed with my head a little too. But I was having anxiety so bad at night that I was having panic attacks and not being able to go to sleep. I would lay there in bed and I would toss and turn, and my heart would race, and I would just, I would get shaky, and I couldn't fix it. And it happened like 3 nights in a row. Last night was the first night I slept, and it took me some time. I wasn't able to get comfortable. I was still having anxiety, but I was able to push through it and fall asleep at actually a normal hour. It was like 11, so it wasn't too bad last night. But I just wanted to hop on and share that because um, I think sometimes we get scared to talk about mental health, but the thing is that the majority of people in the world have mental health issues. A study that I was reading about recently said that between 2000 and 2020, 20 years of difference, the amount of people that have come out and started to talk about their mental health issues has literally tripled. So it went from like, if you just think about that, back in 2000, let's say two people were talking about it. Now it's like six. So that's more than half of the 10 people. I was saying there were about 10, so it started with two, and now there's six. So there's only four people that aren't, and maybe those four people don't struggle with it, or maybe they do, and some don't want to talk about it. But there's so many mental health conditions too, but I think it's important that we talk about our mental health and that we try to take care of ourselves and our mental health because it's just as important as our physical health. So I just wanted to hop on and say that um, that's something I'm struggling with right now, and I'm hoping it gets better. I know as soon as I got back to work, I started to feel better, physically, mentally. Everything just started to make more sense. So we'll see how it goes. And with mental health too, it fluctuates. Sometimes I for the last 5 months, I haven't had a panic attack. I haven't, had a lot of problems with my anxiety. Yes, I still get social anxiety. Yes, I'm still not a super social person. Like in really big social situations. Like I've never been one that really enjoys going to like clubs. too many people, too many bodies, not my thing. And it gives me anxiety, and that's okay. I just know that that's a limitation for me. But having general anxiety where little things are making me anxious, I haven't had in a while. So I just wanted to jump on and say that it's okay, like, to talk about it. It's okay to have it. It's okay to, tell others that you're struggling with that, because we're all human. We all have things that challenge us. So yeah, that's where I'm at this week. I'm struggling with my anxiety a little bit, um, and I'm hoping to work through it. I know it's terrible, and no one likes to face it. It puts a damper in your mood, because you want to be normal, and you don't want to have to worry about it. But the thing is, if we worry about it, if we take care of it, there's a better chance that we can fix it or cure it, or manage it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get on and say mostly. And then I was just going to talk about how I'm not sure what I'm doing with my life, and that's okay too. I'm 25. I'm 26. I'm 26 actually. I turned 26 in December. But I just wanted to talk about my life and how I'm 26, and I really don't know what I'm doing right now. I work in a call center. I work at a utility company, so the lights in your house. I work in Dayton, but so the lights in your house, when you have a problem with your electric bill, that's you're calling me. Maybe not you, because I don't know where you're located, but for my local company in Ohio, that's who they call. They talk to me about their high bills, or if they're having problems with their electric, things of that nature. So if their power gets shut off for non-payment, things like that. So that's what I do, and I quite enjoy my job. I've always been huge into customer service, just because I'm a people person. I like to talk. I like people to talk to me. Um, I've always just been extra polite, so it's always been something I've been rather successful at. So I enjoy it. At first, I didn't know how to feel about working as a trans person in a call center, um, especially before my voice dropped, because, and I put this on my Instagram post, but my voice was still feminine, so even though I said my name was Kade, people would still say she and her, and misgender me, and it didn't bother me a lot, but it did in some regards. And I hated it, especially when people would, like, older guys would make comments about, oh, Kayla, or Kaden, that's weird, I just said my birth name, but they would say, like, Kaden, that's such a pretty name, it's probably such a pretty girl, and I hated that. I hated when people would do that to me. Like, that is not the place. You don't call places of employment and talk to people about their personal appearances. That's not what you do. So sometimes I wish that people could, like, FaceTime me, just so that they could be like, oh yeah, not what I was thinking. Um, but then as my voice started to deepen and drop, I haven't had those issues. I haven't had a call in a while where someone's ma'amed me. And I know my voice is still a little high. It's still dropping. But for the most part, I get sir and young man and gentleman and, bud. I get bud all the time, and I really like that, because I think it shows that people know I'm younger, and that's okay too. They're just like, thank you, bud, so much for helping me. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. So that's really affirming. But yeah, I work in a call center, and I actually make pretty good money for doing what I do. I work 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I make decent money. I bring home good money, and I am able to help with my portion of bills and support my family and things of that nature. But that's not where my heart and soul is. Customer service is great, and it's a vital role. But that's not where my heart is. I want to take care of macro level social work. Um, I don't know in what regard. I'd like to do stuff with LGBT kids. I'd like to work in sports. I would like to just do macro level changing for, like, LGBT kids, and for homeless people, or for people that are struggling in the economy, people in poverty. Like, that's where I want to work. That's my approach. That's what I want to do. I just don't know how to get there, and what exactly I want to do when I get there. And so I'm 26, and I'm still trying to figure that out. And I have to keep telling myself that that's okay. Life isn't a race. We're all running the race of life, right? But we're all running it at different paces, and that's okay. Just because someone is younger than me doesn't mean they're more successful, or just because someone's younger than me and making more money doesn't mean they're more successful. Life isn't all about money or where you are or what you're doing. It's about, like, being internally happy, and that's something that I'm still working on. I see people post on social media, and that's a big reason that I'm not on social media right now. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I deleted all of my social media accounts other than the Brotherhood channel because I was so tired of comparing myself to others and seeing how much time I was wasting creeping on people's lives and being envious of where they were. So that was a big reason I got off social media, and it's really helped because I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Even if I work at my job for the next 5 years, I'm making good money, I'm supporting my family, I have time. I can take off work, I can be sick, I can, go on vacations. I can still do all the things I want to do in life. I just may not be getting all the happiness that I want out of my job. But that's okay because I'll get there. One day I'll get there, and I know I will. If I put my mind to something, I'll do it. So now it's just finding how to get there and what that looks like, and it's a process. Maybe that's going back to school. I have one class to get my associates. I've been working on my associates for 4 years, and I still don't have it because I'm missing one class, which wasn't my fault. That's a whole nother story. But I'm missing one class. So then after that, what am I going to do? I'm going to get my bachelor's, but what in? Am I going to get it in social work? There's no money in social work. Not that that's the reason to do anything, but I want to support my family, and what I'm making now is more than what your starting social worker makes. So do I do that? Um, do I go into organizational leadership? Do I go into a field that makes more money and I'm not as happy? Or do I really go for what my heart's desiring and then know that there could be a financial backset? So my whole point in this is that I'm still trying to figure it out, and that's okay. I'm still trying to figure out my mental health. I'm still trying to figure out, school and work and life, and that's okay. It's not a race. Life isn't a race. It's a journey, and we're all journeying along at different paces, and that's okay. That's really all I had for this week. I just kind of wanted to update you all on what was going on in my life, and I'll be 6 months on T on the 4th. That's insane to me. 6 months. I feel like I'm still a baby. I've only been transitioning 6 months, but it's flown by, and I'm starting to see all these changes, especially this beautiful acne that you all can see. But yeah, so I just wanted to hop on here and talk about, I guess, myself and what I was doing in life right now, and nothing's a race. Life is what it is. What did they say? Siesta la vie? Is that how you say that? I don't know. I feel like that's the wrong one. There's one that's such is life. And I feel like that's right. I don't know. It's French. But basically, it's life. You do it day by day. Nothing's going to change unless you change it. And, live every moment like it's your last too. So, I don't know. I don't want to focus all my energy on time in school when it was mentally exhausting. So I know to take less classes, and I know to just do things differently this time around than I did before. And that's okay. I'm just going to live my life and be authentic, and just try to really appreciate the small things in life, and get to where I'm going, and it's not a race. So that's all I really wanted to say this week, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really just me ranting and talking about myself, but if you all have any topics you want us to cover, make sure to let us know. You can reach us on Instagram, on Facebook, on the YouTube channel. You can write comments, but anything. Please watch our video and, let us know what's going on. So we would love to hear from you all. Have a great night. Take care. Bye, guys.